Have you ever noticed that no matter how many new stars appear, one name somehow keeps returning to the very top? Every month brings fresh headlines, a new chart topper, a new viral sensation, a new artist everyone says will dominate the industry. Yet somehow, when the excitement settles, when the votes are counted, when the numbers become impossible to ignore, one familiar name quietly rises above them all. Just when everyone thought Jin had already achieved everything imaginable, he has once again added another remarkable milestone to a career that seems to rewrite its own limits every single month. And what makes this latest achievement so fascinating is that it isn't driven by a comeback stage. It isn't powered by a new album release. It isn't the result of a massive promotional campaign. Instead, it's powered by something far more meaningful: the unwavering love of millions of people who continue choosing Jin again and again. This isn't simply another popularity poll. It's another powerful reminder that Jin's influence isn't fading. If anything, it's becoming stronger, deeper, more global, and perhaps more enduring than ever before. So today, let's take a closer look at why fans across the world are celebrating once again, and why this newest achievement tells a much bigger story than most people realize. The latest victory comes from the global fandom platform Star Planet, where Jin has officially been crowned #1 in the June Idol ranking. At first glance, some people may simply see another first-place finish, another trophy, another headline, but when you stop and examine the numbers, the story becomes much more impressive. Jin received an incredible 107,362 votes, outperforming every other candidate in the ranking. Think about what that number actually represents. Every single vote required someone to take time out of their day. Someone who opened the app. Someone who remembered Jin. Someone who believed he deserved to stand at the very top. Those aren't random clicks. They're individual decisions made by thousands upon thousands of people from different countries, speaking different languages, living completely different lives. Yet all united by one shared admiration. That is something statistics alone can never fully capture. But here's what makes this achievement even more remarkable. This wasn't an unexpected surprise. It wasn't a lucky month, and it certainly wasn't a one-time success. In reality, this victory is simply another chapter in one of the most consistent streaks we've seen from any idol in recent years. Throughout 2025, Jin dominated the Star Planet rankings for 9 consecutive months. 9 months. Imagine trying to stay at the very top of an industry where thousands of artists compete for attention every single day. Maintaining first place for even 1 month is difficult. Doing it 9 months in a row? That's extraordinary. Then came 2026. Naturally, many people wondered whether the streak would finally slow down. Would another artist take over? Would fan interest begin shifting elsewhere? Would Jin's incredible momentum eventually fade? The answer arrived almost immediately: no. Instead, Jin opened the new year by reclaiming first place in both January and February. And now, with his newest victory in the June Idol ranking, he has once again reminded everyone that consistency may be his greatest strength. There are artists who experience explosive popularity. There are artists who create unforgettable moments. And then, there are artists who quietly remain at the top, year after year, because the connection they have built with fans never disappears. Jin belongs to that rare category, because staying famous is difficult. The entertainment industry moves at unbelievable speed. Today's headline quickly becomes tomorrow's forgotten story. Algorithms change, music trends evolve, new faces appear almost every week, the spotlight constantly shifts. Yet despite all of that, Jin continues finding himself exactly where he's been so many times before. At #1. That says something incredibly important. Popularity can be created by hype, but loyalty has to be earned. And loyalty is exactly what Jin continues receiving from millions of fans around the world. The voting itself took place between June 1st and June 25th, with fans from across the globe participating to support their favorite artists. For nearly an entire month, supporters continued voting day after day. And in the end, their dedication transformed into another unforgettable victory. Winning this ranking also comes with a meaningful reward. From July 25th through July 31st, Jin's image is being displayed on the airport railroad DS panel sets at DMC Station. To some people, that might sound like a simple advertising benefit, but for fans, it's much more emotional than that. Imagine walking through one of Korea's busiest transportation hubs. Thousands of commuters rushing to work, tourists arriving from around the world, families, students, visitors, and among all of them, Jin's face proudly welcoming everyone. It's a beautiful symbol of what happens when a fandom works together. Their online support doesn't remain trapped inside an app. It becomes something real, something visible, something that countless strangers can see every single day. It's almost like fans are saying, we wanted the whole world to see him. And thanks to their dedication, that's exactly what happened. But if you think this story is only about fan voting, think again. Because while fans continue breaking records through their support, Jin's music continues breaking records all on its own. His title track, Don't Say You Love Me, from his second mini-album Echo, has now surpassed an astonishing 980 million cumulative streams on Spotify. Take a moment to appreciate how extraordinary that number really is. 980 million streams. That's incredibly close to the historic 1 billion milestone. 1 billion plays. 1 billion moments where someone pressed play. Someone smiled, someone cried, someone found comfort, someone replayed the song, because one listen simply wasn't enough. Songs don't reach numbers like these by accident. Curiosity may bring listeners once. Quality brings them back. Again, and again, and again. Long after the promotional period ends, long after the television performances are over, long after the headlines fade away, the music continues, living in playlists, headphones, late-night drives, quiet evenings, and unforgettable memories. That's where true longevity comes from. And Don't Say You Love Me continues proving that every single day. Even more impressive, Jin's personal Spotify account has now surpassed 10 million followers. That achievement deserves its own celebration, because followers aren't temporary listeners, they're people choosing to stay connected. They're saying, I don't just like one song, I want to know what comes next. Every new follower represents another person joining Jin's musical journey, another fan waiting for future releases, another listener discovering the warmth of his voice, another life touched by his music. When those individual stories are added together, they become a global community unlike any other. And then come the awards, one after another across different countries, across different music industries. Recently, Jin received the Best of Listener's Choice International Song Award at the Music Awards Japan for Don't Say You Love Me. There's something particularly beautiful about this award. Look closely at its title, Listener's Choice. Not critics, not judges. Listeners, the people who voluntarily pressed play, the people who chose to replay the song hundreds of times, the people who recommended it to friends, the people who found comfort in its melody during difficult days. Those listeners became the reason another trophy found its way into Jin's hands. And perhaps that makes this recognition even more meaningful. As if one international award weren't enough, Jin also made headlines thousands of miles away in Brazil. At the SEC Awards 2026, he didn't simply win, he dominated. By the end of the evening, he had completed a spectacular triple crown. He was named International Male Artist of the Year, Asian Artist of the Year, International Music of the Year, 3 prestigious awards, 1 unforgettable night, 1 extraordinary artist. Think about how significant that really is. Korean artist, Japanese award, Brazilian award show, global Spotify milestones, worldwide fan voting, different continents, different cultures, different languages, yet the result remains exactly the same. People continue recognizing Jin's artistry wherever his music reaches. That's the definition of global influence. What's perhaps most fascinating is how every accomplishment seems to strengthen the next one. A new award inspires more people to discover his music. Those listeners become new followers. New followers increase streaming numbers. Streaming success attracts media attention. Media attention introduces Jin to even more audiences. Those audiences eventually become fans. Those fans vote. Those votes create another victory. And the cycle begins all over again. It's a beautiful chain reaction built not on temporary hype, but on trust, on consistency, on genuine admiration. That kind of momentum cannot be manufactured overnight. It takes years, years of hard work, years of sincerity, years of building a relationship with listeners that extends far beyond music alone. and the excitement is far from over. Very soon, BTS will continue the highly anticipated BTS World Tour Arirang, with performances at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey on August 1st and August 2nd. For countless fans, those dates have already become some of the most anticipated moments of the year. Tickets, travel plans, light sticks, fan projects. The excitement has already begun. Many are wondering, what unforgettable stage is waiting this time? Will Jin deliver another emotional vocal performance that leaves thousands singing along? Will there be unexpected surprises? Heartwarming interactions? Moments that immediately spread across social media and become unforgettable memories? If recent months have taught us anything, it's this. Never underestimate Jin's ability to surprise the world. Just when people think they've seen everything, he quietly reaches another milestone. Then another. Then another. Looking back at everything that has happened, it's honestly incredible. Dominating international fan voting, nearly reaching 1 billion Spotify streams, surpassing 10 million Spotify followers, winning prestigious music awards in Japan, completing a triple crown in Brazil, preparing for another massive BTS world tour. Every chapter seems larger than the one before it. Every achievement adds another layer to an already extraordinary career. But perhaps the most inspiring part isn't any individual record. It's the consistency behind them. Because anyone can experience one successful moment, anyone can enjoy one lucky year. But remaining at the top, remaining respected, remaining loved year after year, requires something much deeper. It requires authenticity. It requires dedication. It requires the ability to make millions of people feel seen, comforted, and inspired through your work. And judging by everything we've witnessed throughout 2026, Jin continues doing exactly that. Not by chasing attention, but by earning it. One performance, one song, one achievement, and one unforgettable moment at a time. So what do you think? Which accomplishment amazed you the most? Was it Jin becoming number one on Star Planet once again? Was it Don't Say You Love Me approaching the incredible 1 billion stream milestone? Was it surpassing 10 million Spotify followers? Or was it his remarkable Triple Crown victory in Brazil? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear which moment made you the proudest. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because if Jin's incredible journey has taught us anything, it's that the next milestone may be even more extraordinary than the last.